Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we are going to be talking about Jack from Type 0, the next Lost Chapter unit to be arriving to Global Opera Omnia. There's a few things that I want to talk about related to his LD weapon, but the main thing that I feel like people should know and really understand how good of an LD weapon this is as an LD call is that frame debuff, because that frame debuff, even up to today, 8 months later, his LD call is still being used in the Japanese version of Opera Omnia. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show some gameplay showing some brave damage differences between having that frame debuff on and not having it. And then I'm going to show when it reaches its max stacks in Jack's own Lufenia fight. So if you do enjoy this video, guys, and you find it informative, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for future content, as I am extremely close to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate all the tremendous support I've been getting on the videos, and I just wish to continue making videos when it comes to Opera Omnia, because look, I'll be honest, I'm having a lot of fun making default videos, and I really hope that you guys are enjoying them as much as I am making them. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's talk about Jack's LD weapon / call. So shout out to Ren from Dissidiaoperaomnia for the information provided on Jack's LD weapon. Now Jack's LD weapon is called Black Widow. What it does is that it equips him with the LD ability called Piercing Gleam. When he is attacking a target, it inflicts Break. It is an 8-hit melee brave attack plus HP attack. It increases the critical brave damage dealt by 50%. The stolen brave can overflow up to 150% of the max brave. It deals 50% HP splash damage to non-targets, increases own brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt to target. All targets will receive a 3-turn 1 level of Blade Room with the max stacks of 5, and anybody who already has Blade Room, it will increase by 2. Now when breaking a target or attacking a broken target, it triggers Jack's follow-up attack, which is identical to the upgraded Deliverance. It increases own brave by 100% of his attack. It is a 6-hit melee brave attack plus HP attack with 30% per hit. Moves next turn to before target if turn would otherwise come after. So basically, like if you use any of his skills and there is nobody else right behind the enemy's next turn, then Jack basically just moves up in front of him, and Jack can continuously keep attacking until either you run out of skills or you use his EX ability. And then the afflicted target's Blade Room level +1 increases by level 1 or by 1 upon taking damage from either a brave attack or an HP attack once per turn, excluding some abilities. Now, that frame debuff is a very powerful debuff, and it is one that is still being used today as an LD call in the Japanese side of Opera Omnia, just because of how good it is. So, like I mentioned just a second ago, it has 5 stacks. So at 1 stacks, you get a minus 10% defense down on the enemy, and the brave damage taken on the enemy gets increased by 10% when inflicting break or attacking a broken target. And again, it'll go up by level 1 on these stacks with a max of 5 when it either is taking a brave damage hit or an HP damage hit. Now at 2 stacks, you get a 15% defense down, and the brave damage taken goes up by 15%. At level 3 or 3 stacks, you get a minus 20% defense down, and the brave damage taken goes up by 20%. At level 4 stacks, I don't know why I'm saying level 4 stacks, the defense goes down by 30%, and then the brave damage taken goes up by 25%. And then finally at max stacks, you get a minus 50% down defense down, and then the brave damage taken is at plus 30% when inflicting a break or attacking a broken target. That goes to show you how powerful this LD call is, or excuse me, the debuff from this LD weapon is, and how good it's being used even right now with the insane brave reduction that is happening in the JP side of Opera Omnia. Even myself, I actually just recently used, and I'm still continuing to use this LD call because of that brave reduction that is happening to us right now and on the JP side. So just think about it this way. if you're wanting to do some extra damage, if you are wanting to, let's say, not bring in peril or even bring in peril to do that extra damage, this frame debuff from Jack, either whenever you bring him into the team comp that you are going up against whoever, or as an LD call, will provide you with that extra little bit of brave damage to for your team to be, you know, to get that extra little bit of damage in. So again, it really goes to show you how powerful this LD call is, and or mainly the frame debuff, and how easy you can make these stacks go higher and higher up to the max stacks and get that lovely defense down 50% and then the brave damage taking of 30%. So now we're going to look at some brave damage differences, and I guess some HP damage differences, from when you don't have Jack's frame debuff on the enemy and when you do have Jack's frame debuff on the enemy. Now, one thing to note is that what you are going to be seeing here is only going to be at 1 stacks, but after we are done watching these 2 gameplays, you're going to see what happens when you start building up that frame debuff stack and how much of a damage difference you are going to be doing brave wise on the enemy. Now this gameplay will show all 5 stacks of the frame debuff that is received by Jack's LD weapon, or I guess like LD ability. One thing to note that I want people to pay attention to is the brave damage and how it slowly goes up after Jack implements that frame debuff onto these Genova jellyfish makeup. I don't know what the heck these things are called, but they look like big old jellyfish. But pay attention to the brave. Pay attention as to how much extra brave damage everybody in the team comp is doing. Now, this team comp is not the best team comp ever. I can easily make a much better one that I will most likely use whenever this lost chapter comes to the global side of Opera Omnia. But my main intention for this specific gameplay is to show how the brave starts going higher and higher, and then once it reaches 5 stacks, you're going to be seeing that everybody in the party is doing that extra brave damage, and then you'll see the HP damage too. There will be some differences on the HP damage. Like, take example like Yank's follow-up. Whenever anybody on the team attacks, you start seeing that follow-up damage start increasing little by little. Now, one thing that I do want to add is that the extra damage from Balthier's auras will definitely help out alongside with Jack's frame debuff if you use him as an LD call. And that right there, Balthier's auras and Jack's frame debuff from his LD, is going to be a very nasty combo, because like, you're gonna be doing, you're most likely gonna be capping on damage depending on of course team comps and all that other stuff. So you know, just take that into consideration when it comes to team building, and especially with Balthier and Jack's frame debuff on the enemies. So but other than that though, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. One thing that I do want to ask before I go is, if you want me to continue doing these type of informative videos, I mean, I don't mind doing videos on like characters that are coming up to global Opera Omnia, but I'm talking about mainly, you know, showing like brave damage differences, showing what happens when you have said weapon on the team, or said unit on the team comp, or when you don't have it. Basically what I did here, where I show the difference between not having his frame debuff and having his frame debuff. If you want me to continue to do that style of videos to give you a better understanding of some of the stuff that is coming up to Global Opera Omnia, I have no problem doing it. It just takes a little bit of extra time, but like I said, I've been having fun doing these videos, and a lot of these videos that I've been doing, it seems like has been helping out a lot of people in the community, which is awesome. It's a great feeling to know that. But let me know in the comment section below. I have no problem doing it. But other than that though, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.